Hi, I'm Amber from the University of Utah Writing Center, and today we're going to talk about pre-writing. Okay, so you're probably at that point in your assignment where you've done a lot of research and now you're just trying to get it onto the page, and now you're stuck. So the purpose of this video is to provide tips on getting through that writer's block. So we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you might be stuck right now. Number 1, you just haven't done enough research yet. Number 2, you feel really pressured to write a great first draft. Number 3, you're having a really hard time getting your ideas down onto paper. Number 4, you're working with a new style or form of writing. And number 5, you're unsure of the assignment requirements. So the first one is that you just might not have done enough research on your subject yet. You, as the writer of your paper, need to be the expert. If you really want to write a great paper, you have to do a lot of research. There are no shortcuts. So for example, if you're writing a research paper, do sufficient research that you have enough evidence to support your claim. If you're analyzing a text, make sure you've read the text enough times that you understand the argument the author is making. Okay. So the second reason you might be stuck is your rough draft. If you feel pressure to write an awesome first draft, it's time to get over that. Really great writers don't need to write awesome first drafts. They need to write awesome final drafts. And the difference is how much work you put into getting from this rough draft that's absolute garbage to the awesome final draft. And I would guess one of the biggest reasons we procrastinate papers in the first place is the pressure to write an awesome final draft. So just don't make writing harder than it has to be. Just get something down. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Nobody will see it. You don't have to turn it in. Just write something. So the third thing is just getting your ideas down onto the page, and maybe the organization or the connections between ideas or formulating your argument. Some of these ideas that I'm going to be presenting came from an outside source, in which case those citations will appear on the screen in MLA format. Okay. The first method we want to talk about is brainstorming. That might sound a little bit cliche, but the purpose of this type of brainstorming is to get beyond your first surface level ideas to get to something deeper and something that might actually be worth writing about. Now, this suggestion came from the Kennedy and Joy book Literature, and they suggest to give yourself a time limit, like 10 or 15 minutes, in which you sit down and you just start listing all of the things that are related to your topic. Any thoughts that are occurring to you, just start listing them. The key here is you have to go for the full amount of time, the full 10 or 15 minutes, even if you run out of things to say. The benefit from this is getting you beyond those first ideas into ideas that get at something at a deeper level. And being forced to write past your comfort zone will help you get there. So the second method we want to touch on is called clustering. As you can see on the screen right here, it could be good for people who are more visual learners because you can actually see the connections between ideas instead of just having a list. The key with clustering is to be able to see the connections between ideas, which can help you formulate an argument or a thesis. So whether that means drawing lines or color coding things, it really depends on you and what helps you see those connections. There's a lot of different ways you can do that, and you can be the one to decide.
Perfect. By the by, do you include any kind of writing center philosophy?
It's at the end.
Perfect.
Yep. Because hopefully these ones kind of like hit through really fast, and then the writing center comes in at the end.
Yeah.
Because I talk about how, like, the ways that they can get help in the writing center with pre-writing.
Right.
Okay. The third method is one of my favorites, and it's just called free writing. And free writing is similar to just writing your first draft, but you can include anything you want, including your own thoughts, how you feel about the paper, how you feel about the topic, questions. It really doesn't matter. The point is you just write for a straight 10 or 15 minutes. The point is that you just write for the full length of the 10 or 15 minutes that you're doing it so that you can see kind of the stream of consciousness of your thoughts, and you can find pieces of your argument within that stream of consciousness. And in free writing, don't worry about spelling or grammar or anything. It doesn't even have to be complete sentences. The point is just getting your ideas down on the paper. Okay. So now back to the fourth reason that you might be stuck in the pre-writing stage. This one is that you might have encountered a new form or style of writing, and you're kind of intimidated by that. Maybe you're used to business writing, but now you're being asked to write a literature analysis. So in this case, maybe doing a little bit of research about that style will be helpful. Maybe you have course materials, or you can ask your professor. But you don't have to be intimidated by it. Just learn the conventions and you'll feel more comfortable. The fifth reason you might be stuck is that you're just kind of unsure of what the assignment's asking you to do. This can be really tricky because professors have a lot of different ways of writing what they want on the assignment sheet. In this case, it can be really helpful to go to the Writing Center. You may have thought that the Writing Center is a good place to go after you have a draft or when you're getting close to the end of your draft and about to turn it in. But you can actually go to the Writing Center at any stage, including the pre-writing stage. You don't even have to have anything written yet. The benefit of this is you can bring your assignment sheet in, make sure you understand what's being asked of you. Another benefit of coming to the Writing Center during the pre-writing stage is just having someone to bounce your ideas off of. Bring your ideas written down somewhere that you can talk through them with the tutor. They can ask you a lot of questions that maybe can help you think about the ideas in a different way. That being said, that means you have to come in being prepared to talk. The tutor might ask you a lot of questions and they expect you to be the expert. So you need to not be shy of presenting your ideas and just being ready to talk through the things that you have already thought about. Don't be shy if you have a rough draft or free writing. We're not going to judge that writing. We all know what it's like to write a rough draft. So don't be shy. Just come in and we'll be able to help you work through those ideas so that you can have a jumping off point to write your paper. So hopefully this video has given you some tools to work through your writing rut. And if you have any more questions, we would love to see you in the Writing Center. Thanks for watching.
So if you'd like to schedule an appointment in the Writing Center, go ahead and click this link right here. If you want more writing tutorials online, then click this link right here.